Thank you very much.
I must tell you what happened last night. You see, in television, there are 3 cameras, and each camera has a red light. And when the red light is on, you know that that camera is working. So you face that way and you smile. Well, so watching the red light gets me a habit. And whenever I see him, I give it all my personality. Well, last night, I smiled at a man's taillight all the way into Pomona. And how about all this paraphernalia? You know, television is a very expensive medium. You know the fellow that put this makeup on my face? I had to pay him $75. And, I know what you're thinking. I tried. He wouldn't give back the money. And clothes is a terrific item. Now, on radio, you can wear anything. You know, when I first started, every time I wore a new suit, our director, Ralph Levy, would say, George, that won't photograph. I bought 7 suits before I found out his brother owned a tailor shop. But they do cut corners wherever they can. Now, in our living room, we have a humidor. If you went to buy that humidor in a store, it would cost you $40. The property man made that for $10. Of course, I had to buy the original from the used as a model. And that property man can make anything. We had, oh, pardon me. He's the man who watches my close-ups. I'll work on your nails later, Bob. And that property man, he can make anything. We had a sequence where I was supposed to eat an apple, and he made them out of wax. And I rehearsed that scene 15 times, and I ate 15 wax apples. You know I got to like them? Went home, ate a real apple, and got as sick as a dog. And we had a rain sequence in this, that's it.
Let's see. Frankfurters. Oh, here we are. For best results, Frankfurters should not be cooked long.
Gracie believes everything she reads. She was frying fish, and I had to buy her a new dress. The recipe said roll in cracker crumbs. Say, I wonder who that is. Looks familiar,
Come
but...
in.
Mrs. Burns?
Oh, yes?
Mrs. Burns?
Yes.
Where are you?
Here I am.
Oh, there you are. I'm Ralph Handley from Business Administration. I'm going to take care of your income tax this year.
Oh, thank goodness. We're tired paying it ourselves. Sit down.
I don't I don't pay the tax, I just make it out.
Oh, I see. Well, look, here's some papers here, and the rest you'll find in the den.
Oh, all right.
But before you go, there's something I'd like to know.
Oh, what is it?
Let's go in the kitchen. I have some things on the stove.
Oh,
Come on.
all right.
It's right this way.
Fine.
Sit right down.
All right.
Oh, would you like a cup of coffee?
Yes, I would.
All right.
Now, let's see here.
Oh, I think you better drink it out of a cup.
Oh, yes.
There you are. And there's the carnation.
Oh,
there's the
fine,
sugar right
thank
there.
you. Oop.
Now, Mr. Hanley, I'd like to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
What does the government do with all the money we give them in taxes?
Well, now let's see if I can explain it. You see, part of the tax dollar goes to run the Army and Navy. Part goes to the Post Office, the State Department, the Department of Agriculture. The rest of the dollar pays the salaries of the president, Congress, and so on.
I thought so. If they can do all that with $1, then who gets the rest of the money?
I'll look that up for you.
Oh, no, now wait a minute. Now, if we pay the salaries of the congressmen and the senators, we're supporting them, aren't we?
Well, yes.
Yeah. Well, then why can't we list them as dependents and deduct them?
I'll look that up, too.
No, wait a minute. And now here's something else I'd like to know. Do the Republicans have to pay part of Mr. Truman's salary?
Well, yes, of course.
That's certainly rubbing it in, isn't it?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's all finished.
You must like toast.
Oh, no, this isn't to eat, you know. You see, it takes 30 seconds to cook one piece of toast. And by the time I toast 10 pieces, I know that my 5-minute eggs are done.
Well, instead of that, why don't you just use a clock?
No, it wouldn't fit in the toaster.
I better get started. Gracie, could I see you for a minute?
Oh, hello, Harry.
Excuse me, I forgot my
Oh,
briefcase.
by the way, this is Mr. Hanley, our income tax man, and this is Harry Morton, our neighbor.
How do you do, Mr. Hanley?
I better go in the
Oh,
den.
look, just one more thing. Will our taxes be higher this year?
Oh, yes, everybody's will.
Oh? Well, then I better whip up some more Carnation.
I don't get that, Gracie.
Well, you see, when you chill a can of Carnation and you put it in a bowl and you add a little lemon juice, it whips just like whipping cream, and you save 50 cents on every can. That's how I'm saving our income tax money. So, look.
What are you going to do with all those bowls of whipped Carnation?
Oh, let the government worry about that. I'm just saving money.
I better get to work.
Say, Gracie, what I wanted to see you about, tomorrow is Blanche's birthday, and I don't know whether to get her a wristwatch or a new outfit or maybe a diamond ring.
Well, let's see now.
Oh, just a minute. Mr. Handley,
Yes?
is a gift to your wife deductible?
No, it isn't.
I don't know whether to get a Bobby Socks, Kleenex, or a bottle of ink.
Look, I don't want to be inquisitive, Harry, but how old is Blanche?
Oh, that's a secret known only to two people, Blanche and her twin brother.
Well, I didn't know she had a brother.
Oh, sure. He died at the age of 75.
Oh, that's too bad. I hope he didn't die of anything serious. Well,
I know what Blanche would like, a new alligator bag. Yeah, I'll surprise her and put it in a candy box so she won't know what it is. Oh, this is a great idea.
oh, thanks, Harry, but you would have thought of it if I hadn't. Back to work.
Say, Gracie, don't tell Blanche because it's a secret and I wouldn't... Excuse me, what are you pouring in there?
Bourbon. I'm fixing some pickled beets.
Well, when they're ready, send me a fifth.
All right. Goodbye, Harry.
Oh, the red light is on again. How do you like the way Gracie pickles vegetables? You know, if she keeps that up, I'll have to join Asparagus Anonymous. And if she keeps on whipping Carnation to pay our tax, the government is going to have a white Christmas. You know, oh, there's Mr. Miller, our baker. My, he's all dressed up today. Just look at him. Come in, Mr. Miller. Come in. It's me, Mr. Miller. Oh, come right in, Mr. Miller.
Hello, Mr. Burns.
Hey, take a look at you. I'm glad to see you.
Thank you.
You look real sharp today.
Thank you.
Sit down.
Yes, sir.
Well, what brings you here?
Well, as I'm here to ask for a favor,
Yes?
first, have a cigar.
Thank you. Have one of mine.
Oh, thank you. Have another one of mine.
Have another one of mine.
Well, have another one of mine.
That's the end of this bit. What's the favor you want to ask, Mr. Miller?
Well, our club is giving a banquet, and we would be so honored if you would appear.
Mr. Miller, it would be a pleasure.
It's wonderful. Have another one of mine. I like it better the first way.
I thought you would. When is this affair being held?
Next Sunday night at the Plaza Casino. And I want my friend Arthur Schultz should meet you. I would be so proud to present such a big celebrity.
I'm not such a big celebrity.
But Schultz is.
Oh, Schultz is the celebrity.
Yeah, what Chrysler does with a violin, this man Schultz does with a sack of flour.
He's good, huh?
A genius. Why, you know, before Schultz come along, it took 2 men to make a pretzel, one to tie the ends and the other to hold his finger on the knot.
I'd like to shake his hand if he ever takes it out of the flour long enough. You know, Miss... Yes?
I wanted to...
Oh.
Why, Mr. Miller.
Hello, Mrs. Burns.
Why, how nice you look. You know, I always wondered what you wore under your apron.
Thank you.
George, I was talking to Mr. Hanley, and he said something about community property law. What is that?
Well, it's a law that means half of everything I've got is yours and half of everything you've got is mine.
Oh, I see. All right, goodbye.
Goodbye, dear.
Goodbye, Miss Burns.
Sit down, Mr. Miller. Now, this affair Sunday
wait a
night,
minute.
Mr. Miller. Yeah?
Then how come I only get 1/4 of what we make?
Well, let's see if I can work that out. There you are. There are 4 cigars.
Yeah,
Now, half of everything I've got is yours. There are 2.
yes.
Now, half of everything you've got is mine. You see how that works?
Yeah. Oh, sure I do. All right, goodbye, dear.
Goodbye, dear.
Bye.
Wait a minute. Let's do that again, and let me have the cigars. Now, let's see. Half of everything I've got is yours. There it is. And, how does the second part go?
Half of everything you've got is mine.
Oh, yeah, you're right, George. It comes out the same each time.
Of course.
George, you must get very disgusted being married to a woman who had so much trouble understanding things like this.
You know, sometimes it comes in real handy.
Well, goodbye, dear.
Goodbye.
Here, Mr. Miller.
Thanks.
Oh, Bill.
Hi, Gracie.
Say, Bill.
Huh?
Would you help me out, please?
Yeah, what?
Well, would you let me have $4?
$4?
Yes.
3, 4.
Thank you. Now, let me see. Half of everything I've got is yours. There. Now, half of everything you've got is mine. And, gee, I wish I were married to you.
Well, I owe George $5. That makes us even.
Hi, George. Bill, come right in.
Thank you.
You know Mr. Miller, our banker?
yes. Hello,
Oh,
Mr. Miller.
yeah, you know Mr. Goodwin.
How are you?
Yeah. Oh, pardon me.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, Mr. Hanley?
Excuse me, I'm looking for Mrs. Burns. There's an item here I don't understand.
Well, she's gone. Maybe I can help.
Oh, maybe. Here it is. $75 phonograph for goldfish.
Yeah, I can explain that. You see, Mrs. Burns takes the goldfish bowl and puts it on the phonograph. And when it spins around, the fish get their exercise without swimming.
Oh, thanks.
The den is that way.
Oh, yeah. George, what's the matter with him?
Gracie. Oh. Oh, Mr. Miller, I shall be at the banquet Sunday.
Good. Oh, I almost forgot something.
Oh?
Oh, say, listen, Mr. Miller, are the wives going to be there, too?
Oh, sure.
Well, how about using me as master of ceremonies?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Good.
Here, have a cigar.
Well, thank you. Here. Have one of these.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
rest of them in the kitchen.
I'll help you carry them.
You've got most of them now.
Say, listen, George, when I'm the MC Sunday night, I'm going to give you a wonderful introduction. Now, why don't you pretend that you're in the wings, see, back there, and I'll show you how it goes.
Okay, but I'll take these with me.
Well, all right. Now, Mr. Miller, let's pretend this is the speaker's table.
Yeah,
Right
sure.
here, huh? Sit down.
Oh, Mr. Goodman.
Yeah.
Please, make it with dignity, because in the front row will be sitting Schultz.
Who's Schultz?
He's the first man ever to tie a pretzel the hard way. I'm in the wings waiting for the introduction.
I'm going to do it now, George.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, and especially you, Mr. Schultz, how are you? Well, it gives me great pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to... Say, would you mind telling me, Mr. Schultz, does your wife use Carnation evaporated milk? That's the milk from contented cows. She does, huh? Uses it all the time? Oh, wonderful. Here, have a cigar, Mr. Schultz. George, did you hear what Mr. Schultz said?
Well, of course. What am I, deaf? Hi, Schultz.
George, you waved at the wrong fella.
Oh. Hey, Schultz, hey. See you later.
Mr. Schultz, other housewives can take a lesson from your wife. You know that... What's that? Speak right up, Mr. Schultz. I can't hear you. Yes? Well, certainly. Well, I'll be glad to show them. You wait just a second. Now, look. Carnation evaporated milk, just as it pours from the can, can be used instead of cream, or just like cream. You see, it whips like cream. Then, when you want milk, all you have to do is add an equal amount of water. Like that. And there you have milk that costs about 1/3 less than bottled milk, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Mr. Schultz, what do you think of a thing like that? Isn't that...
Bill, thanks for that nice introduction. And
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Miller, we'll be at the banquet Sunday.
Oh, again, I almost forgot
Oh?
something. To show my appreciation, I baked you a cake.
Oh, now, Mr. Miller, you didn't
Well,
have to do that.
It ain't so big, but I used my own special recipe.
Oh, now, Mr. Miller, oh, thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Hey, that's nice.
And wait until you taste this frosting. It's smooth, no graininess.
Well, thank you.
And look, just took a look at that texture.
Yeah, well, it's pretty.
You see, it ain't lumpy. It crumbles.
It must feel delicious. I'll go get a broom and sweep it up for lunch.
Mr. Goodman,
Yes, Mr. Miller.
just take a look. Did you ever see such quality?
I just spent a half hour with Mr. Hanley, our tax man, and he's having a little problem. Gracie's got him confused. She's got a system where we don't have to pay any tax. She says if you owe the government $5,000, you make out a return for 10. And then that way the government owes you 5 and you owe them 5 and you're even. He didn't look too well when I left. Oh, there's Gracie now.
Come on in a minute, honey. No, I haven't got time. Are you going to the book review?
Oh, sure.
Oh, good. I'll see you later. Oh, Blanche. Look, this time, let's get different seats. You know that Clara Bagley drove me crazy the last time.
Wasn't that annoying,
Not
that Clara Bagley? Gossip, gossip, gossip. The whole time the book review was going on.
I know you couldn't understand a word that was being said.
Not one word.
This time, let's get seats right next to Clara. Huh?
Sure, sure.
Oh, coming! I've got to go. Oh, by the way,
What?
I helped Harry pick out your birthday present today.
You did? Well, tell me about it.
No, I can't. It's a
Gracie, you
surprise.
can't leave me like that. You've got to tell me.
Oh, Mr. Harrison, you want it?
Mrs. Burns, there's another item here that's got me puzzled. Under medical expenses, you've got one full-length mirror, $50.
Oh, yes. I had to buy that for my father so he wouldn't get pneumonia.
Well, believe it or not, I'm still puzzled.
Well, you see, when he only had a half-length mirror, he was always walking out without his pants on.
Any questions?
No.
Well, come on, Gracie, tell me all about the present. What is it?
No,
you sit right down here. You tell me. You can't do this to me. Let me guess.
Well, all right.
Is it a new stove?
Well, as long as you're that close, I'll tell you. It's an alligator bag.
Oh, that's wonderful. Just what I've been wanting.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you know, Blanche, because Harry is going to put it in a candy box, and I was afraid you'd eat it.
Yeah. Oh, Gracie, what are you going to wear to the book review this afternoon?
The same suit.
Oh, it's
Oh,
darling.
Blanche, there you are. Have you got the car keys?
Oh, yes, dear.
Hello, Harry.
Hello, Gracie.
Say, Gracie,
Hmm?
don't tell Harry about the alligator bag.
Well, he knows about it. He's buying it.
No. I mean, don't tell him you told me.
Oh!
Not so loud.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got the keys?
Yes, dear. Right here.
What are you grinning about?
Nothing at all. Gracie invited us over for dinner tomorrow night to celebrate my birthday.
I'll have my pickled beets straight.
Mrs. Burns!
Oh, that's Mr. Hanley. Excuse me, would you?
Well, of course, dear.
Say, Blanche,
Huh?
I don't want to have dinner here. Gracie's cooking is terrible.
Gracie is just as good a cook as I am.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's terrible.
Now, we're not going to discuss it. We're coming here for dinner, and that's the end.
I know, but what a way to go.
Very funny. Very, very funny. Oh, say, Harry, come here and look at this. Here's a picture of George and Gracie when they were married. George looks frightened.
I'd be scared, too, if I were marrying Gracie. Say, get a look at George. What a handsome guy.
That's the justice of the peace. Here's George over here. Even in peacetime, he looked like a 4F.
Well, it's the clothes he was wearing. How can anybody be smart in full dress and brown button shoes?
And carrying a ukulele. So help me, if that ham tries to sing tomorrow night, I'm going to hit him right over the head with my new alligator bag.
What? So Gracie told you.
Harry, no,
Honest to goodness,
no,
why I ever confide in that mitten?
You know that picture that Blanche and Harry were looking at? That full dress suit? I borrowed that to get married in. From a friend of mine, Facein the magician. And he forgot to empty the pockets. And on our honeymoon, I had to register Mr. and Mrs. George Burns and Rabbit. Well, incidentally, in the next scene, you're going to hear a very clever line. I happen to know because I wrote it.
George!
That's it.
Yes, Gracie?
George, look, I just got these. Oh, put them on again for me, will you?
Oh, sure. Where are you going?
Well, Blanche and I are going to the club.
Oh?
We're having another book review today. And Mrs. Ettinger's going to review that new book of John Gunther's about General MacArthur.
Oh, he's the fellow that wrote Inside USA, isn't
Mm-hmm. He wrote Inside Russia and Inside Asia. That's why I'm so anxious to hear this review. It's the first time Gunther ever wrote a book about inside a general.
Turn around. I guess he used a small typewriter. You know, this hole is very, very
Yes.
small here. I don't know whether I can do this.
Well, can't you get it? I'll get it.
You get. Oh, yes, Mr. Hanley?
Pardon me, Mrs. Burns, under personal expenses, you list one wave, $120.
That's right. What's your question?
Well, isn't that rather high? Who gave you that wave?
Rita Howard, a friend of mine, and when I waved back, I drove into a tree.
Yeah, I see.
look, Mr. Hanley, we were discussing some books.
Oh, yeah, would you care to join in?
No, thank you.
Don't you want to improve your mind?
Right now, I'm just trying to hang on to it.
You know, there's Blanche.
Are you ready to leave?
Yes, I am.
You know, instead of going to a book review, the thing to do is...
Hi.
Hello. I was just saying, instead of going to a book review, the thing to do is to read them at home.
Here you are.
I don't... What are these?
Well, if we're going to a book review, we want to look intellectual.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, look, very smart.
Goodbye, dear.
Goodbye, Einstein.
He picked up a lot of those words in Paris.
Oh, well, let's see that picture that the Mortons were looking at.
Mr. Burns,
Yes?
I've completed your income tax. All you have to do now is just sign this check.
Well, thank you, Mr. Hanley. Let me help you with your coat. And, it's been a pleasure. You'll do it again for me next year. Just a minute. We owe the government 3 refrigerators full of whipped cream?
That's right. Goodbye, Mr. Burns.
George and Gracie will be back in just a moment. Meantime, you saw how Gracie figured to save 50 cents every time she whipped up a can of Carnation evaporated milk. Now, actually, Carnation costs only 1/4 as much as whipping cream. And Carnation does whip beautifully when thoroughly chilled. Well, just look at this gingerbread topped with whipped Carnation. Delicious? This whipped Carnation is every bit as delicious as whipped cream. You see, Carnation is more than double rich. It has the consistency of cream, and there's cream in every drop. You can use Carnation milk just like cream. It's wonderful in coffee, delicious in cereals. For milk purposes, dilute Carnation half and half with water. It'll still be richer than your state standard for bottled milk. Carnation used like cream or like milk gives food a grand, rich taste. And believe me, Carnation really saves you money. Now think of it. You can cut your milk bill as much as 1/3 by using Carnation, the milk from contented cows. And now here they are again, Carnation's own contented couple, George and Gracie, ladies and gentlemen.
That's really delicious.
Want to hear about my nephew?
Yeah, let's hear about it.
He's out.
He's out.
Yeah.
He's not in.
And he got out on account of he's such a great artist.
That's all he
A
got out?
wonderful painter. You see, he painted a picture of an open door on the prison wall. And when the guards tried to close it, he walked out the front gate.
That's it. Say good night.
Good night.
Good night.